up everyone? Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today's video is going to be talking about how I've been able to maintain 5-star reviews on 18 different Airbnb properties. Majority of them have 100% 5-star reviews. There is a couple that have like 4.7, 4.8. Cannot please everyone, but across the board, I think my overall rating right now is about a 4.93. So pretty happy with that from 18 different units. That's a lot of people to keep happy. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into this video. This is important for a bunch of different reasons, but mainly because this is their first impression. So you do not want to leave like a bad taste in their mouth. So my check-in instructions are extremely detailed. If you have a house, it's probably a lot easier and your check-in instructions do not need to be as in-depth. Whatever, you know what I mean. But I have apartments and townhomes. The townhomes are pretty simple, kind of like a home, but the apartments are a lot more complicated. There is parking, there is key fobs, there is building access, there is a lot of moving parts. So I prioritize my check-in instructions because if a guest gets here and their check-in instructions are terrible and they're confused and they're lost, they're gonna be angry, they're gonna be upset, and it's gonna set the tone for the rest of the trip. I have photos and videos as well as text for mine. There's a platform called Touch Stays, and it is 100% virtual guidebooks. I send the link to the guests before they check in, so that way they can look through the videos, see what they need to do for the parking, how they access the building before they arrive, just to ease their minds. I swear by this platform, I have had multiple good reviews raving about this check-in process and this virtual guidebook. So I think it's great. The guests think it's great. Like I said, going to set the tone for your guest's stay. If you check into a property and it's dirty, I would be pissed. I would be highly upset. I would not be happy. So you want to make sure you're doing your due diligence. We had a lot of learning lessons to do with this, but I think what's helped me most, being on top of my cleaners, since I am not at every single property every single day, is having my cleaners submit photos after every single clean, a checklist of over 50 different things. They cannot move on to the next thing until they check off that specific checklist and they submit a photo. I just had a guest try and tell me that they checked in, the place was disgusting, the bathroom trash was full, and I was like, well, actually, here's the checklist, here's the photo my cleaner sent me at X time. It was emptied before you checked in. This helps me in cases like this where I need to protect myself, but also just peace of mind for me that the unit is cleaned and ready to go for the next guest. Communication, I feel like, is very broad, but it's huge. So I have a series of automated messages that go out to my guests right when they book, before they check in, during their stay, and after they check out. Finding that fine line between communicating but not bugging them, but also making sure they know that they can reach out to you and their needs are met is key. I have only had like one person say that like the automated messaging was too much. So I think overall it's good. Not like I'm bugging them too much, but they know, hey, I'm here and I care, and let me know if you need anything. Now I'm gonna let you enjoy your stay, but don't forget I'm here if you need me. And if you have issues or a guest has issues, being open to fixing them. Sometimes like it's just a bad guest and they're just gonna nitpick and find anything wrong with it, and you're just gonna have to bite the bullet. Educating, resolving issues quickly, being prompt with your responses, all of these things are tied together. Review magnets as well as post-stay review messages. In each unit, I have these little magnets that have star ratings. So a lot of times people's definition of like 1-star to 5-star can vary. So with these magnets, I kind of give them an overview of how I think these rankings are, in hopes of making their ranking for my property a lot easier. And once the guest checks out, I send a message that's like, hey, I would love to give you a review. Here's my review breakdown. So this is what 1-star means, 2-star, 3-star. If you weren't happy with your stay, let me know. I'd love to resolve it before we write a review. This kind of like pushes them that like you're gonna write them a review, so they're gonna want to write you a review. I think it's really important to stay in your Airbnb at least once so you can see what is missing, what is needed, what works, what doesn't work. And like asking yourself, would you stay at this Airbnb yourself? Like, you want to be making sure you're happy with the place you are hosting and that you would even stay there yourself. You know, you want to make sure you have all the utensils, all of the blankets, the pillows, the shampoo, conditioner, body wash, list goes on. But just ask yourself, like, would you be happy if you paid X amount to stay at this specific place? And if the answer is no, figure out why it's no and fix it. The two most important things for a guest is the cleanliness and the bedding. I definitely spent a good amount of money on my beds. I did a lot of research on which bed was best. Found these specific beds that work really well for me. Again, there's a fine line between having too firm of beds and too soft of beds. So can't please everyone, but I think this is a very good middle ground. Just making sure that their sleeping is comfortable, because if they wake up and they had a shitty night's sleep, that is going to carry along them for their whole entire stay. So you want to be making sure that they're having good rest so they're not grumpy. I think having amenities really just blows people off of their feet and overall will make their review of their entire stay a lot better. I have properties that have pools, that have hot tubs, that have grills, lounge areas, pickleball courts. And these amenities, like I said, if they're happy with the amenities, that's going to go into the review for their overall stay. Typically, the cheapest guest or guests who pay the least amount of money are going to have the most to complain about, are going to want the most refund. So if you can avoid booking your nights for super low rates, this will help you in the long run. I've come to find out that just the people who pay the cheapest complain the most. Just wait for someone who is willing to pay the price that your property is worth. That wraps up this week's video. So if you have any questions, comments, video requests, put them down below in the comment section. And also, if you're a guest who stays at Airbnbs, did any of these things I mention affect how you rate a place? And if you have an additional thing you look for that you take into consideration during your ratings, comment them down below. I'm super curious and would love to learn. But yeah, if you want to follow me on social media, it'll be in the description. If you want to join Airbnb Takeoff or co-host Takeoff, my coaching programs will also be linked down below, and my free newsletter that goes out twice a week. So thanks for tuning in. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I will see you next week. Bye.